Fox Company, 21st Regiment, 3rd Marine Division. I had 9 men in my squad, the finest men I ever served with. We were like a family. Our first campaign was Guadalcanal, followed by Bougainville, where I lost 3 men, Shepard, Hallbauer, and Stanley. Next was Guam, where I lost 3 more men, Crow, Miley, and Manning. Then came Iwo Jima, where I lost 2 men, Lesniak and Middlebrooks. I was a lone survivor out of their original squad. I was wounded on Guam and again on Iwo Jima. Now, while on Bougainville, I killed my first enemy soldier. He had an officer's pistol, so I took it as a souvenir. Later, I was asked how much I wanted for it, but what good is money in combat? So I told him I would exchange the pistol for 2/5 of whiskey. He agreed. This was Christmas time, so my boy and I, we celebrated. Now, I still had a bottle of booze left after our celebration, and I traded it for half a box of cigars. Now I have smoked cigars ever since. And incidentally, my grandchildren have given me a nickname as Grandpa Stinky. After I was wounded on Guam, I was thrown on a hospital ship, sent back to Hawaii. I thought when you get back to Hawaii, you can go home. Wrong. They patched me up and returned me to my unit. While in the hospital, I was in a ward full of wounded Marines. This is in Hawaii. I noticed there was a nurse who was well endowed. You know what well endowed means. Anyway, where am I at? And she had a name tag. She was a nurse. Had a name tag of Miley. So I got enough nerve to ask her if she had a relation in the Marine Corps. She said, yes. My brother, he was killed on Guam. Finally, I worked up enough nerve to tell asked her, well, what I'm at. Anyway.
Miley.
Right here, yeah, Miley.
Yes.
So I told her that I was her brother's squad leader. Now in my squad, they didn't call me Sergeant or Ted. They called me Sally. A takeoff of my name, Salisbury. Used to piss me off, but anyway. But you're not going to change a good Marine's mind. And this nurse
Sally.
said, you're Sally. She just didn't believe that she had met Sally today. There was this loudmouth guy in the ward. He said, louder than me. He was a loud guy. He said, how come this nurse comes back when she's off duty and sits on my bunk and never says hi to him? I said, because you're too goddamn ugly. The whole ward started laughing. Finally, I had to explain that I was her brother's squad leader and he was killed on Guam. I know I must keep this thing short, right?
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
When I came back from World War II, I landed in a hospital in Oakland. Naturally, I called Patricia, who was my girlfriend at the time, at her father's home. I said, "This is Ted." He said, "My God, you're home." I heard him yell at Patricia that I was home. He said, "We will be right down." They got there at 2 a.m. in the morning. He, his wife, Patricia, and her brother. They also picked up my dad and sister and came down in the same car. I shook hands with the men and kissed the women, but where's Pat? The one I really wanted to see was Patricia. Anyway, she was still in the car crying. She finally got out of the car, came up to me, grabbed me, and said, "I am so proud of you, and I love you." That was the best time of my life, right then. Right there beside that car, I asked her to marry me.
Hoorah.
She could have done better, but she didn't. She said, "Yes, that was the happiest day of my life." Married for 66 years. I was sent to San Diego to the Navy repair base. They found a house to live in with, let me see,
All of it, unless you want.
to live in with 3 sailors and their wives, all in the same house. Then came the news that the World War II was over. So we all went to downtown San Diego. Everyone was very happy, kissing and laughing. And I hope there's not any around here. Some SWAT jockey grabbed my wife and kissed her. And I decked him. Damn it, this is my wife. After coming home to Stockton as a civilian, Pat and I had 3 lovely children. Penny, Bruce, and youngest Bonnie. But I missed the camaraderie in the Marine Corps. I really did. So I joined the local reserve unit, and lo and behold, here comes another stinking war, right? We were called up for active duty, and I was assigned as a gunnery sergeant to Charlie Company, 1st Regiment, 1st Division. Our first campaign was Incheon Landing, and after that was taking of Seoul. Then it was on to the frozen Chosin Reservoir. Lovely place. Then on to killer operation, where I received, next was Ripper. Then the next was Killer, where I received my 3rd Purple Heart. I can keep going on further, but
There you go.
may I say one thing more? I have been called a hero. I beg to differ. I am a survivor. The real heroes are the boys that we lost over there. They gave the most precious gift, their lives. They were never to go home, never to have the love of a good woman, or never to have children. I believe I am one of the most fortunate men who ever wore this uniform. Semper Fi. This is Grandpa Stinky signing off. Semper Fi.